Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Little Nightmares 2 walkthrough. This will be all DLC inclusive with the deluxe edition and stuff like that. I've only played the first chapter for this game, so I'm not entirely sure how the DLC works, but I did notice one of the DLCs is like sort of entangled inside chapter 1. So I'll be covering that. This will be hopefully a platinum walkthrough. I can't see why not. Just boot yourself, get started. The cutscenes are unskippable here. I am playing this with half master volume, so obviously my vocals can go over the game. Also playing in performance mode rather than beauty mode as the settings suggest. I don't know what that's about. I do know what that's about. It's, well, frame rate or cinematic. Anywho, really enjoyed the first game. First game was top notch. There is a third one announced, just doesn't have a release date as of recording this. But anywho, I believe this is our character called Nine, alright? Very much the same as the last game. So left analog stick to move. You can move more freely in your environments in this game, which is quite cool. Hold square to run. This is being played on a PS5, by the way. X is jump. L2 is crouch. R2 is like grab onto things. So, a couple of trophies here throughout this whole chapter. I think there's about 4 in total we can get. First thing we're going to do is come on top of here. Just jump. We're going to make our way through the tutorial parts. So you want to grab hold of that. Now you can kind of sprint when you're crouching. It'll make you go that little bit faster. Wow, performance mode is way better. If you wanted to interact with the shoe, you can pick it up and then just press X while you're grabbing it. That'll throw it. We don't need to for this particular thing, but food for thought. We are going to come all over the stump here. Jump. Alright, and you'll notice a rope on the ground, so there's actually a trophy for not getting caught by any traps. So, you do want to jump over that. Alright, I'm avoiding that pile because it's suspicious. I don't think it'll kill us. Over here, you want to push the box. We're going to jump over it and pull it towards the ledge. Alright, use that to pull yourself up onto the ledge over here. And we're going to carry on. Now you can notice you can do a little slide when you like sprint roll. Not roll. Anyways, from here you just want to haul ass. Follow the main path. Alright, this thing can kill you quite easy. It's designed to look like it's going to get you, but yeah, honestly, the amount of times I've died to that just because I keep like sporadically running all over the place. Never mind. So from here, what we're going to do is go through the log. We're going to come up. And at this point, I'm sort of like, why have we not found any collectibles? It's because we're going through the tutorial area. That's totally fine. Oh, apparently I just wanted to jump on the log. That was weird. From here, we're going to wind the crank. Jump on the box, jump over the other side. Alright, and from this you can't actually jump across here, so we're just going to walk towards the screen, drop down again, and before we climb up this path here, we're actually going to come towards the screen and go to the right. Alright, there's a little cave, just veering off. This is what we call a glitching remains, so you just want to walk into these, and that'll be your collectible. We actually get a trophy for collecting 4 of them throughout this level, so that's exactly what we're going for. Alright, and to progress you just want to climb up here. Going forward, you want to drop down. You'll notice shoes all over here. Alright, you want to pick one up, throw it up there. Now, you'll also notice, if we go forward that little bit, there's like a little line on the ground here, just hidden by some leaves. You just want to throw the shoe just past it, set off that trap. Climb onto the log, and then climb up the ledge. Drop down. Now you're going to notice a couple of bear traps here. There's two here. You can quite easily run into them if you're not paying attention, so just don't. We want to jump over here, interact with the stick. Alright, keep holding the grab button, and you want to hit this bear trap over here with X, and that will set that off so we can go through it. Nice and easy. Alright, before progressing, you want to just crouch under the log here, and we're going to go through for our second glitching remains. You'll see a stick over here. You want to pick that up and just whack the ground. If there's no trap in front of you, it's fine, it's not going to break. But this should set off multiple traps. There we go. Just like that. So we're going to jump onto this part here. Jump across here. Now there's a pine cone right here. You just want to throw as many of these as possible into the area, just to make sure we're setting off all the traps we can. Because I feel like there's much more traps than that. Yeah, I still feel like I'm missing a couple. Oh well, that's fine. We'll just go along the path that we've already destroyed. Alright, we want to jump on top of the log over here. And then we're going to run and just grab this ledge here. That'll set that final trap off. Jump across. Alright, and we're going to run towards the house. Now, because we didn't set a single trap off, didn't die, nothing like that, as soon as we walk onto the deck here, we're going to get evasive prey as a trophy. And yeah, that's for not being struck by the traps. So from here, we're just going to carry on into the house. Alright, we've got another trophy coming up. This is for opening the fridge. So just hold on to the latch there, drop off, it'll slowly open. That's called What's in the Box. So from here, come through the door. Progression is straight ahead, however I really want to come back here and to the left because we're picking up our first hat. This is a second type of collectible in this game, alright? Not only that, we need this hat to grab a trophy towards the end of the chapter, so you do want to put this on for the rest of the chapter. Alright, I'm going to be switching out between different hats throughout the thing just to make it a bit more fun, but for the most part you want to wear this for the whole chapter. There's a specific part where we will need to wear it to earn a trophy. Come through here. Alright, we're going to go down. We're going to come into this room on our right hand side and grab the axe. Pick that up to drag it. And we're going to come all the way over to here and hit the door. You can see there's a kid next door. You can let go of the axe, it's fine. Alright, after the kid runs away, we're going to go upstairs. Follow the kid to the right hand side. These things are just puppets, they're not going to move or anything like that, so you don't need to worry about sneaking. I'm going to go through the hole in the roof, and now we can interact with the kid because you need both of them. Alright, it's going to realize it's not going to get far without us as well. So, if you ever need animations like this will pretty much do the animation for itself. Right? You just come over and press R2 to interact. Hold it down. There we go. So from here we're going to go up the ladder. You need to wait for the kid to join us up here, but may as well just start pushing the suitcase over here. Alright. Climbing over this crap, what we're going to do is come over to these cupboards over here. Alright, we're going to get a boost from the kid. I'm just going to drop down here, come through this little crevice, grab the crank, I said puppets before, I think they're more taxidermied, which would make sense given the fact that like we're in a hunter's lodge sort of thing. Anywho, you can throw this over here. Alright, the kid will interact with it. What we're going to do in the meantime is jump onto this, climb onto the highest part you can, and wait for the crank to be cranked. Alright, we're going to look in the opposite direction, and then we're just going to jump towards the key. That will come down, interact with the key to put it in our pocket. It's kind of nice, we don't need to drag the keys anymore. Alright, and coming over here, this is very DLC dependent. Alright, if you've just got the base version of the game, this won't happen. But you need to pull out this drawer. Alright, and there's a gnome that will run past. This is for the Gnome's Attic DLC. Alright. Definitely going to do this. But this comes out exactly where we need to progress. So, if you don't have it, don't worry. This is all just bonus stuff. So we're going to come through here. Follow the gnome. Also gives us a gnome's hat. Again, not part of the hat's DLC. It's not part of the hat's trophy, but it's a collectible. So, this is just a puzzle of finding out where the gnome is going. So first off, we want to open up the suitcase. Alright, we want to climb on these boxes and interact with this. Just hold up, look in the box. He'll eventually get annoyed and like run away. But for the most part, I have noticed this is kind of like a hinky trophy. Not a trophy, hinky sort of thing to do. Just sometimes doesn't like being interacted with. There we go. You know, there's a shoe here. We probably could have just thrown it at it. I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, now he's in the cupboard. Pull that out there. Now he's in the couch, so we want to come over and jump on the couch a couple of times. And this will send him over to the painting. Now this next place is kind of dark, so I'm sorry if the recording's not that great. I've tried to turn the brightness up as good as possible. But from here, we're just going to run over to the side here. Alright, you want to pull this cabinet. over to the left. Have the little gnome jump on, push it forward. Alright, and save us some trouble, we sort of want it right in the middle of where we were. And we'll leave it there. So carry on to the right hand side here. It's going to be a gate that the gnome needs to open for us. There we go. There's a light switch. Alright, to the left of this gnome here, you can see a little turnip looking thing. It's actually a gnome hat. So we're going to come back. We're going to pull out this drawer. Alright, go on top of this here. Now this is where the environments get a bit hinky just because of the controls and like the back and forth movement sort of stuff, but it's probably going to be the easiest way to go is on this bottom level here. Jump over to this. Again, jump over here. You can drop down, it's totally fine. Come over here, interact with the hat, and this is our DLC hat. So again, not counting towards any trophies. We have our little gnome dude. You can come through here and die from the fall. That was not what I wanted to do, I'm so sorry. Normally I'd just edit that out, but I don't think I will. So we want to fall over to the right hand side and to the left. Cool. So we pull out the wood here. And coming through here, this is exactly where we would have ended up straight after jumping over this anyways, so it's no big deal, we didn't miss out on anything. I'm not entirely sure of the DLC bundles, if that's how they always work or what, but I mean, something I'll encounter during my walkthrough prep. Anyways, you want to come over here, unlock the door. Alright, we have an outhouse over here with the glitching remains in it, so we're going to come over here. Wait for the other kid to come near the door, and we're going to interact by getting a boost. Alright. From here, we are coming to the right hand side. We're going to push this gate, and we're going to meet the hunter, I believe. So run, jump through the gap in the wall. Alright, now you want to start sort of crouching and sneaking. You want to be as close to the front, the back of the screen. What would you class this as? Towards our screen, I guess. I'm going to say the back of the screen. I don't know. Look, you just want to be as far away from the hunter as possible. I'm confusing myself the more I think about it, and now I'm overthinking it and it's not working. So anyways, from here, this is a good checkpoint. Probably going to die. Alright, from here you want to run. He's going to shoot the fence. You want to run behind this box. Wait for him to shoot. Now we want to run over to the second box over here. Cool. And then a third box. And then as soon as he's done that, it's actually a fourth part over here where we just want to go and hide. Just going to wait for him to walk. You'll notice the kid next to you sort of crawls out of the rocks in a second. That's our cue to move. Alright, so this means that we can start crouching. You don't want to get too close to him. Now you'll notice two birds here. There's one in the, I'm going to say background, and one in the front. So you really want to get close to this bird. It's going to fly away, and you want to do sort of like a U-turn back, just like that. Because once that's gone, this bird here isn't going to signal him whatsoever. I'm going to let him carry on. Alright, he's going to scan all the way back here. He can't actually see us in the grass, so if you do want to stay in the grass and just like hide while he's doing his scan thing. Alright, so you want to stay at the front of the screen. Screw it, I don't care. Front of the screen. Alright, he can't actually see us in the grass here. So if he's going to pan his little torch over us, that is fine. And what we're going to do is get to the very edge of the grass here. I'm going to wait for him to go back. This can be one of the more hinky sort of parts of this level. I have noticed that even once I get in this little hole over here, I'm not completely safe. Alright, so you want to run into here and then run straight forward, just because even when you get in this hole, he can still shoot you. Yeah, just like that. So, one of the more frustrating parts, but we got there, it's fine. Alright, carrying on through here. We're going to climb through the roots. This part confused me the first time I played it, but it's actually, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you pull this out. Alright, the kid's going to jump across. Now, walk up further a little bit and it'll show a tutorial to interact, so press triangle. Why it didn't for me, I have no idea, but that's fine. So the kid's going to stay there with his hand out. You want to grab, so hold your right trigger, your R2, because otherwise you just won't grab them. Simple as that. We have our second hat, so this is the final hat in the chapter to grab. Alright, so you want to come on top of these crates over here. Can we please just grab it? Thank you. Climb to the top as far as you can, hold back and jump. And then once we get on top of here, you're going to jump about 3 times. 4 times, my bad. Right, we can now go collect our second hat. Our third hat, but second for trophy progression. That's going to get confusing. Never mind, from here, we have more hunter stuff. So we're going to let him shoot this crate. Alright, we have a second one over here. Let him shoot this crate. Climb up here. Let him shoot the TV. Cool, and then keep climbing. Alright, be careful here because he can shoot the floor out from underneath your feet. Alright, so I'm going to run across here and then we're going to jump. And then jump again. Alright, once we fall into the water here, we want to sort of go backwards and underneath the deck over here. Alright, crouching will just put us underwater, so it'll submerge us so we can hide ourselves, but you run out of breath quite quickly. Alright, you want to follow his sort of footsteps. And follow very close to him, because he can't actually see us here. Alright, once he's carrying on, just going to go toward the camera. Alright, and then you can crouch, which will send us under the water and allow us to go under the plank. Now, if you come out too far here, he will shoot you. And the other kid just pushed me out, which is great. But anyways, you want to come over here about halfway, he's going to scan back. You want to go under the water. Just to make sure that you are avoiding the light here. Alright, and from here what we want to do is just go straight under the water because he can see us here. Alright. Next, we're going to come up here. I don't think he can spot us up here, but we need both of us to push this log. We're going to use that as cover. This does give you a decent amount of leeway towards like jumping off. Alright, and this one, before we go anywhere, we want to fully submerge ourselves in water. And sort of see where the bubbles are. Alright, once he carries on, we can climb up the ledge here. We're going to sprint across and drop down. Alright, from here what I'd recommend doing is coming into the front of the screen so we don't distract the birds. Alright, we're going to sneak. As soon as he's noticed us there, we're going to let him shoot that crate. We're going to come over here, get in front of this box here, let him shoot this one. And then what we're going to do is run into the building over here. Now, from here, you can come over to your hats. Just make sure that you equip this hat here because this trophy is missable. You do need to be wearing this hat. I think it's called like the coontail hat or something like that. Anyways, we're going to come over here. We're going to grab the gun. Alright. Kid's going to come up and grab it. And then you just want to interact with the gun. Nice. Now it's a bit of a late pop on this one. It takes a while for the trophy to come up. But eventually, there we go, we got fair prey. Nice. God, editing this one is going to be fun. I found a lot of bullshit just with the targeting on the gun. A lot of it is me, don't get me wrong, and it's me being bitter about it, but I don't like dying, especially on this game. Okay, pretty much from here, it's like wait for maybe like a minute or two for like all the scenery to go by. We have a couple of trophies to get after this, and that's about it. Right, finally we got there. So, carry on. Here what we're going to do is sprint towards the TV. So we have two trophies coming up pretty much side by side. This is for getting the 4th glitching remain throughout the whole chapter. We got wild kids. Alright. Apart from that, this chapter is pretty much over. So a couple of things to note is, obviously, don't get hit by the traps. There are 2 hats out of 3 that are trophy progression. The other one is DLC. 4 glitching remains. And shoot the hunter wearing a coon hat. That's pretty much it. And then, of course, coming through this door here, we have the progression trophy for completing Chapter 1. Foraged. And that is pretty much it, leading us into Chapter 2. So, thank you all for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. I will see you here next time for more Little Nightmares 2.